Okay, so you're getting ready for an interview for an employee volunteering program coordinator position.
That's fantastic.
It's a role that has such a positive impact,
Hmm.
connecting companies in their communities.
It really is. It's such an interesting mix of strategic thinking and actually making a difference.
Exactly. And we're here to help you ace that interview.
Absolutely.
We've got some really great resources from RoleCatcher,
Yeah.
which is a platform that's just full of career guides and interview tips.
Hmm.
They've even got AI tools that can help you fine-tune your application.
Their AI is really impressive.
Yeah.
It can look at job descriptions and then suggest improvements to your CV,
Oh, wow.
highlighting the skills that you might want to emphasize. It's like having a personal career coach for every single job you apply to.
It really does take the guesswork out of tailoring your CV.
It does.
But before we get into that, let's dive into some of the most common interview questions
Sure.
that you might come across for this role. We'll talk about what the interviewer is really looking for and how you can craft answers that will stand out.
So let's start with the classic. What motivated you to apply for this position? And they're not just looking for a generic answer here.
Right. They want to see that passion
Yeah.
for community engagement.
Absolutely.
So think about what really sparked your interest.
Yeah, was there a specific volunteering experience that really showed you the impact of this kind of work? Or maybe there was a project you led in a previous job that made you want to do this on a bigger scale.
Yeah,
Sharing a story, a specific story, can make your answer so much stronger.
definitely. And they might follow up with something like, what relevant skills or experiences do you have?
Oh, for sure.
And this is where you connect your past experiences to what the role actually requires.
Yeah, think about your experience with things like event planning, project management, communication, teamwork. All those skills are really valuable in this position.
Yeah.
And don't forget to mention your understanding of corporate social responsibility.
Yeah, that's really important.
Hmm.
Here's another one that pops up a lot. How do you stay up to date with trends and best practices in employee volunteering?
Okay.
This is all about showing your commitment to continuous learning.
Absolutely. So mention any industry publications that you read, conferences you go to, professional development courses that you've taken. Are you part of any online communities or forums dedicated to this? Showing that you're actively keeping up with the latest developments is key.
Yes, definitely.
Mhm.
Okay, let's talk about impact.
Okay.
How do you measure the success of an employee volunteering program?
Right.
It's not just about good intentions. It's about actual, tangible results.
So be prepared to talk about specific metrics,
Okay.
like employee engagement rates, the total volunteer hours, feedback from the community partners.
Yeah.
How do you use data to find areas that could be improved? This shows that you're focused on getting results.
And don't forget about the qualitative aspects, too.
Oh, of course.
Like, stories from employees or stories of change in the community.
Yes.
These can really showcase the human side of your work.
Absolutely. And speaking of challenges, you might be asked, what challenges have you faced in coordinating these programs and how did you deal with them? Everyone faces obstacles, right? And the interviewer wants to know how you handle those.
Exactly. So choose a specific challenge that you've overcome.
Yes.
Maybe it was a logistical issue, a communication breakdown, or difficulty getting employees engaged.
Yeah.
Be honest about what the problem was,
Yeah.
but then focus on how you solved it.
Exactly. Walk them through the steps you took,
Yeah.
highlighting your problem-solving skills, how you collaborated, and the positive outcome. This shows that you're resilient and adaptable.
Okay, let's move on to a question that really lets you shine.
Okay.
Can you give an example of a successful employee volunteering program you've coordinated?
Great question.
This is your chance to tell a story and show off your skills.
Yeah, choose a program that you're really proud of and focus on what made it work so well. Did you build strong partnerships? Did you find creative solutions? Were the results measurable? And did they have a real impact?
Definitely.
Now, the interviewer might follow up with, what were the key factors that contributed to the success of this program?
Okay.
This is where you get specific about what made a difference. Like, did you have support from leadership? Was there really good communication? Was it focused on a real need in the community?
Yeah, that's important. And then there's inclusivity.
Right.
How do you ensure that these programs are inclusive and accessible to all employees?
So they're looking for your commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion here.
It's about making sure that everyone feels welcome and able to participate.
Absolutely, regardless of their background, abilities, or interests.
Yeah.
So talk about strategies to make the programs accessible, like partnering with a variety of different organizations, having activities for people with different skill levels, and promoting cultural awareness among the volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
And be ready to talk about potential barriers like transportation or scheduling conflicts.
Okay, so we've talked about inclusivity, and how do you keep people excited about volunteering?
Yeah.
That's what they're asking with this next one. How do you engage employees in these programs and encourage them to participate?
Here you show off your motivational skills.
Right.
Have you designed some really great marketing materials?
Mm-hmm.
Do you organize events that highlight the benefits of volunteering?
Yeah.
Do you offer incentives or create programs where people can recognize their peers?
Yeah, like that.
Sharing specific strategies will demonstrate your understanding of how to get people involved.
And they'll definitely want to know how you connect with the community, so be ready for this one. How do you work with community partners to find those meaningful volunteer opportunities?
It's all about building those relationships,
Uh,
listening to their needs and working together to find solutions.
exactly.
So explain how you would identify those meaningful opportunities,
Mm.
maybe by doing research on different organizations, going to community meetings, or using your network.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And a really good way to show this is by sharing an example of a successful collaboration.
Yes.
Talk about the need that you identified, the process of working together,
Mm-hmm.
and the good things that came out of it.
Absolutely.
Okay, last but not least,
Okay.
remember that volunteering programs need to fit in with the company's overall mission.
Right.
So be prepared to answer, how do you ensure that these programs align with the company's mission and values?
It's about showing them that you're not just throwing together some random acts of kindness,
Right.
but really integrating volunteering into the company's goals.
Mhm.
Highlight how important it is to involve senior leadership, to have a way to see if the program is aligned,
Yeah.
and to use feedback from employees to make changes. Sharing an example of how you've done this successfully can really make your answer stand out.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge help.
Oh, definitely.
It can actually analyze the job description and figure out exactly what skills and experience the company is looking for.
Right.
So you can tailor your answers and really highlight the parts of your experience that are most relevant.
They also offer AI feedback on your interview answer.
Oh, wow.
You can practice your responses and get personalized tips to improve how you communicate and boost your confidence.
It's like having a virtual interview coach that's focused on the exact job you want.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It is.
It takes so much of the pressure off knowing you have that extra support.
It does. Okay, so we've covered some of those common questions you might get in the interview.
Yeah, it's like having a sneak peek into the interviewer's mind.
Exactly. And now let's step back a bit and look at the bigger picture of this career path.
I like it.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide actually gives a really nice roadmap for employee volunteering program coordinators.
Oh, cool. It's like a glimpse into the different stages of this career.
Exactly.
So where does it all begin?
Usually you start as an entry-level coordinator,
Okay.
assisting the more senior coordinators and getting that hands-on experience.
So what kinds of things would you be doing at that level?
Well, imagine being like the support system for the whole team.
Okay.
You might be reaching out to organizations in the community, helping recruit volunteers from within the company,
Yeah.
coordinating schedules, maybe creating some marketing materials. It's all about learning the ropes and building a solid foundation.
Yeah, that sounds like a great opportunity to really soak up all that knowledge
Yes.
and develop those essential skills.
Exactly.
So what's the next step up from there?
The next step is Junior Employee Volunteering Program Coordinator.
Okay.
And here you start taking on more responsibilities on your own,
Right.
like coordinating certain parts of the program, building relationships with community organizations, and coming up with ways to get volunteers engaged.
So you're really starting to own your role and make a more direct impact.
Exactly.
That's exciting.
It is. And then after that comes Senior Employee Volunteering Program Coordinator.
All right. So what does that look like?
Now, you're not just managing tasks. You're actually shaping the direction of the whole program.
Oh, wow.
Think developing the overall strategy,
Yeah.
making partnerships with a wider range of organizations,
Yeah.
leading the recruitment and placement of volunteers. You might even start creating training programs and figuring out how effective the program really is.
So you're becoming a real leader in the field at this point.
You are.
That's awesome. What's the next rung on that leadership ladder?
Well, from senior coordinator, you could become a manager of employee volunteering program.
Okay.
As a manager, you're responsible for the entire program's success, and you're guiding a whole team of coordinators.
Okay.
That involves things like creating strategic plans,
Right.
managing the budget, and even representing the organization at events. You're also building relationships with even more people,
Okay.
like local authorities or civil society organizations.
It sounds like that's a big jump in terms of leadership and strategic thinking.
It is. It's a challenging but rewarding role.
I bet. So is there a level above manager?
Yes. At the
Yeah.
very top is the Director of Employee Volunteering Program.
Wow. The top of the pyramid.
Exactly. At this level, you're the visionary leader setting the direction for everything.
That's amazing. So what does that look like day to day?
Well, imagine leading a team of managers and coordinators, building partnerships that span across the country or even internationally,
Wow.
and being a champion for employee volunteering at the highest levels of the company.
Yeah.
You'd be working closely with senior executives and board members to make sure the program is aligned with the company's mission and goals.
It sounds so rewarding to have that kind of impact.
It really is.
And RoleCatcher makes it even easier to picture all of this by giving you examples for each stage.
Yes, they have these profiles for each level. So you can see what kinds of skills and experience people have. It gives you a much clearer idea of what you need to do to move up in your career.
It's like having your own personalized roadmap, showing you all the potential routes and those important milestones along the way.
And speaking of guidance,
Yes.
let's not forget about RoleCatcher's AI tools for interview prep.
Oh, right. Their AI feedback,
Yeah.
that can be a lifesaver.
You can practice those common interview questions we talked about and get personalized tips
Okay.
to fine-tune how you answer and build your confidence.
It's like having a virtual interview coach that knows exactly what that specific job is looking for.
Exactly. You can practice your answers,
Yeah.
try different things, get feedback on how you communicate,
Yeah.
all in a safe space where you can experiment.
It takes so much of the pressure off knowing you have that extra support.
It really does.
Okay, so we've gone through those common interview questions.
Yeah.
And we've looked at the different stages of this career path. Let's connect the dots
Yeah.
and see what insights we can gather from all this information.
So one thing that really jumps out is the importance of passion. It's clear that this isn't just a job, it's more like a calling.
Right. You're not just managing a program.
Right.
You're actually making a positive impact.
Exactly. And that passion needs to come through in the interview.
For sure.
They want to see that genuine enthusiasm and that commitment to making a difference.
Absolutely. That passion can be contagious.
It can.
And it'll make a lasting impression.
Another important theme is continuous learning.
Yeah.
This field is always changing.
It is.
So staying up to date on the latest trends and best practices is crucial.
That makes sense. So how can someone show that commitment to continuous learning in the interview?
By highlighting how proactive they are about learning.
Right.
Do they talk about specific industry publications they read or conferences they attend? Have they taken any professional development courses or joined online communities in this field?
Yeah.
Talking about these things shows that they're dedicated to growing.
Definitely.
And that they're genuinely interested in staying ahead of the curve.
And it shows initiative, too.
Absolutely.
Like curiosity and that drive to constantly get better.
Exactly.
Okay, what's the third key theme we've seen?
The third key theme is strategic thinking.
Okay.
This role is about more than just planning events.
Right.
It's about being able to connect employee volunteering to the bigger picture of the company's mission and values.
Yeah, it's not just about random acts of kindness.
Exactly.
It's about having a program that supports the company's goals and strengthens its values.
Absolutely. So you need to show that you can develop a vision,
Okay.
set goals, measure impact, and adjust the program to achieve those objectives.
Makes sense.
This strategic thinking is important at every stage,
Yeah.
from entry level all the way up to director.
So anyone listening who's thinking about a career in this field, be passionate, be a lifelong learner,
Yes.
and be a strategic thinker.
Those are the keys to success in this role.
I love it. So much good advice.
Now, I want to leave you with a question to think about.
Okay, I like it.
Think about the future of employee volunteering.
Okay.
How can technology be used in even better ways to connect people, resources, and needs? What new and innovative approaches could you bring to the table
Yeah,
to make these programs even more impactful?
that is an exciting question.
It is. What new possibilities are out there?
Huh.
How can we create even stronger connections between companies and their communities? Keep thinking about those ideas as you prepare for your interview.
Yeah.
They might just spark a really interesting conversation
Right.
and help you stand out as a candidate who is thinking ahead.
It's all about showing your passion for the field
Yes.
and your vision for what it could become.
Yeah, it really is amazing to think about how technology can change the way we approach employee volunteering.
It is.
It opens up so many new ways to connect people and make a bigger impact.
Absolutely. And who knows?
Yeah. Maybe you'll be the one to come up with those groundbreaking ideas.
I love that thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's really inspiring to think about all the potential for positive change that this role has.
It really is. And remember, even though we've covered a lot today,
Yeah.
this is just the start of your journey.
Right. There's always more to learn and more ways to make a difference.
So keep that curiosity alive, keep asking questions, keep looking for new knowledge and experiences.
Absolutely.
And don't forget about those amazing resources that are out there like RoleCatcher.
Yes, their career guides, the interview tips,
Mm-hmm.
and especially those AI tools, they can really make a difference in your job search.
They can. They give you that extra boost and support to help you really shine.
So as you get ready for your interview, remember this.
Okay.
You have the power to make a real difference in the world.
You do.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Show them your passion. Show them your unique skills.
Mm-hmm.
And go out there and make it happen.
We're rooting for you.
We are.